And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another production here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We're here in Waller, Texas, where we have a matchup between the Waller Bulldogs and the Bridgeland Bears. This is a District 16 matchup for basketball. Waller Bulldogs will be the home team, dressed in the white uniforms, maroon and black stripes going down the side, trimmed in black, maroon numbering trimmed in black. As for the Bridgeland Bears, coming wearing the gray tops trimmed in orange numbering and lettering across the chest. Starters today for the Bulldogs will be number 4, Robert Kinney, number 20, Jordan Sturdivant, number 21, Braden Landers, number 33, Andrew Stansel, and number 2, David Brown III. For the Bears will be number 3, Braylon Miller, number 1, Slade Sugarman, number 0, Sergio Cabrera, number 11, Brady Eckerson. And Eckerson's going to win the tip-off for the Bears. So the Bears will have the first possession. It's a hesitation, lost possession. It'll be number 4, Josh Shelby. It'll be the first turnover. Now the Bulldogs have their first possession. Now Kinney passes over to the left wing. Penetration by number 20, Sturdivant. So now's another steal. It's a loose ball by Cabrera, goes out of bounds to Bridgeland. So quickly 2 turnovers here by the Bears. Now the Bears showing some full court pressure. Brown has it, pushes to big man Stansel. Stansel now bringing the ball up the court. Now he's going to get it to the point guard, Kenny. Kenny's now going to set up the offense. Swings it over here to the left to Sturdivant. Sturdivant dribbling. Now it's going to pass over to number 21, Landers. Landers throws up a 3, and now it's going to miss. Now Bears have numbers. A 1-on-1 going to be a shot. It's going to be a no good. So rebound by the Bears. It's going to be by the Bulldogs. Now Brown's going to push this up. Still no score here in the first. Brown pushing and no good. This one's going to be a foul after Brown was able to get his missed opportunity there. So Brown has a chance here to get our first points into this game. 6 minutes and 59 seconds to go in the first quarter. That was rattle in and out. So first free throw attempt for Brown is no good. Bulldogs came in with a record of 6-10, 0-1 in record district play for the Bridgeland Bears, 10-9 overall, and 0-1 in district. As Brown misses both free throws, so now the Bears have it, bring the ball up the court. He's going to pass it to now for Shelby. Shelby pump fakes, now penetrating to the middle of the defense. Now he's going to swing it up to the top to Cabrera. Cabrera's going to swing this to the right to Sugarman. Sugarman's dribbling, going to throw up a floater. It's going to go in and out, but is able to follow his own rebound. It's going to be no good as he's fouled trying to push. Sugarman's going to go to the free throw line. First free throw is up and no good. Bulldogs come in led in by head coach Quentin Morgan. As the free throw is up and no good. Handled by the big man, number 33, Stansel. Now he gets it over to Carter. Carter's going to bring this up the court. Now swing it over to the right side. Brown now swing this over to big man Sturdivant. Sturdivant throws up a 3, but that's no good. Tried to be chased down by Carter, but going to be in the possession of the Bears. Now Cabrera swing this up to the right wing. Penetrating up is Sugarman. He's going to be fouled. Going to be called the block on number 21, Braden Landers. So Sugarman is going to go back to the free throw line. Missed both attempts. First try. This one is up and it's good. So our first points come 6 minutes and 19 seconds in the first quarter. Bridgeland 1. Second attempt by Sugarman is no good. Rebound by Sturdivant for the Bulldogs. So now Sturdivant's going to push this up to Brown. Brown dribbling, trying to set up the offense. Now working his way over to the right. Swings over to Sturtevant. Sturtevant's going to go, and they're going to say he traveled with that one. Sturtevant tried to, that Stansel tried to penetrate the defense. Then tried to kick it out, but did it in too many steps, so that's going to go to a turnover for the Bulldogs. So 1-0 is our score here. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Cabrera bringing the ball up. Hesitation's going to have a shot up, and he's going to get the bucket to go. Got bumped as he made his way through the lane. Got fouled by number 4, Robert Kinney. Got beat and wasn't any help inside the paint, so Cabrera was able to get the layup to fall, and the three-point play is going to be completed by Cabrera. So 5-0 is our score here. Brown now being pressured by Shelby, by the Bears. Brown now still dribbling over to the left side of the wing. Shelby sticks a stab at the ball, forces Brown to pick up his dribble. Now he's going to have to throw this away, tipped by the Bears, but is still in possession of the Bulldogs. Landers was able to swing this out to Brown, swings out to Sturtevant for another missed three. So now Cabrera has it, pushing the tempo. The Bears don't have numbers, so Sugarman's going to kick this out. A swing from Cabrera, now swings over to Shelby, pushes in. It's going to be no good, no call by the referee. So now Brown has this. So it's going to be a bounce pass. It's going to go behind the intended man, Sturtevant. It'll be a turnover. So now the Bears have this one. Cabrera between the legs. Now it's going to swing this up to the big man. Now it's going to give it to Sugarman. Swings it and just steps through and able to count that one for Sugarman. So Sugarman already has 3 points here. Score is now 6-0. Kennedy gets trying to penetrate the offense. Got ripped from behind. But luckily, handed back into the hands of the Bulldogs. Now we have some substitutions coming in for the Bears. Number 5, Dylan Rogers. And number 2, Carlton Rollins. Rollins throwing some pressure on the ball. Robert Kenny's able to get the ball after the inbound pass. He gives it to the big man. Stansel is going to penetrate this one in, but it's going to be a turnover from Kenny. A three-point attempt for Cabrera after that's going to fall. So now the lead for the Bears is 9-0, and Carlin White's going to have to take a timeout. 4 minutes and 29 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and the Bridgeland Bears are up to an early 9-0 lead over the Waller Bulldogs. We'll take a quick break, but keep it right where you guys are listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as Quentin Morgan had to call a timeout to reassess and get his Bulldogs back under collection here, as they're trailing here early 9-0 in the first quarter. Bears showing full court pressure, man-to-man here. That's inbound man. It's going to finally get it to Landers. Landers now going to pass it back to Kenny. Kenny dribbling, hesitation, now finally gets past half court. Pressure being applied by Cabrera. They're going to call the 5-second count call on Robert Kenny. Kind of shocked on that one. He just crossed half court. But nevertheless, another turnover to the Bulldogs. So now the Bears have this one. Cabrera is going to try to set up the offense. Swings this over to Sugarman. Sugarman, hesitation, collects his dribble. Now swings this out to number 5, Rogers. Rogers makes a bad pass, and Sugarman's going to try to save it, but it's going to be a turnover going over to the Bears. Bulldogs not able to get the offense really established right now. The Bears' defense right now causing havoc. Right now, Kenny has it, trying to penetrate, spin move, throws up a shot, and it's going to fall. So the Bulldogs finally get their first point. So now 9-2 is our score. Quickly hard, the Bears. A quick three here for Rogers, and that was going to fall. So the Bears able to retaliate with a 3. 12-10 is our score. Brown now bringing the ball up the court. A stab at the ball, and it's going to be another steal. Going credit to the Bears, and a quick dish off to Sugarman, and Sugarman pushes off to Rollins tried to kick it out to Rogers, and he's going to bring this one out and shoot up a quick another three, and that was going to fall. So 15-2 is our score here. Brown now bringing the ball up. Swing this over to Robert Kenny. Kenny's not going to dish it back over to David Brown. Brown's pass is going to be tipped and stolen, saved from behind by Sugarman. Rogers to Cabrera, and that one goes. So now Stansel is going to swing this over to Landers. Landers is going to penetrate and get the layup to fall, so able to capitalize on the numbers where the Bulldogs are now. The Cabrera pushing the tempo for the Bears. Here's going to be another quick three that's in and out by Rollins, but another offensive rebound for the Bears, and this is going to it's going to hit the line. So there's going to be a turnover. It's going to go over possession to the Bulldogs. So 17-4 is our score here. 2 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the first quarter. And the Bears applying the full court pressure, coming in substitutionally for the Bulldogs. Number 25, Foster. So number 4, Kenny now bringing the ball up the court, being guarded by Rollins, and it's going to be a foul called on number 5, Dylan Rogers, the junior, for the push. So quickly here, 3 fouls for the Bears and 3 fouls for the Bulldogs. Landis has it at the top of the key, penetrating. Was double teamed, and the Bears going to end up coming away with the loose ball. Number 21, Hillman kicks it out to number 14. Price misses the layup, but Bears come away with another offensive rebound. Rogers with the missed 3, another stab at it. Now the Bulldogs come away with it. So Kenny bringing the ball up the court now. This is over to number 2, David Brown. The third is going to put up a 3, and it's going to be no good. Landis tried to fight for it, but it's going to be in possession for the Bears now. Rollins pushes it, swings this over to Rogers. Rogers thought about penetrating, about to kick it out, switches over to number 14, Price. Price is going to swing this over to Hillman. Hillman swings it over to Mueller. Mueller is going to now switch it over to Rogers. Rogers able to split the defense and step through and get the layup to fall. So 19-4 is our score. Kenny going between the legs now, getting guarded nicely by Rollins. Able to kick this out in the corner to number 25, Foster. That's going to be no good. Now the Bears have this one. It's going to take their time here. The Bulldogs showing it in a 2-3 zone, but more like in a man kind of disguise. But that time, Rogers able to split the defense and get his way all the way to the basket and get fouled. So he's going to have a chance to earn his points from the free throw line. Clock's going to stop at 55 seconds. 55.4 to be exact. The foul's on number 25, Foster. As Rogers gets the free throw to count. Landers is going to take a breather for the Bulldogs as number 5, Caden Sergel, is going to come in for him. And number 14, Robert Carter, is in for the Bulldogs. So Carter, Kenny, Brown, Sergel, and Stansel out on the court for the Bulldogs. For the Bears, you have number 12, Mueller, number 2, Rollins, number 14, Price, number 11, Eckerson, and number 10, Demi. As the Bears applying full court pressure right now. Brown momentarily lost, but able to regain his dribble and get this one past to half court to beat the Bears press. As Brown was penetrating, but it's going to be guarded too closely right there for the block call. So I'm going to say he was in the motion of shooting. So Brown's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. already. Brown struggling early from the free throw line. Third attempt here, misses, and it's no good. So 21-4 is our score. 42.5 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Second free throw is up, and it's no good. So Bulldogs scratch away, no points there. Cabrera bringing the ball up the court for the Bears. Being guarded now by number 1, Orega, and he able to get the floater to fall is Cabrera. It's going to kick this one. Had a loose Bulldog, and that was number 5. Sergo to get behind the Bears press, able to get the 2 to fall. So now Cabrera's going to split the defense and get inside and shoot the mid-range and get it to fall. So now there's 6 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Bulldogs able to beat the press. Carter's going to throw up a quick layup, but that's not going to fall. So that will conclude the first quarter. Bridgeland Bears are able to get out to an early lead of 25-6. We'll take a quick break. We'll keep it right where you got it. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We're here in Waller, Texas, in the matchup between the Waller Bulldogs and the Bridgeland Bears in basketball. Right now, the boys of Waller came in with a record of 6-10, 0-1 in district play. For the Bridgeland Bears, 10-9 and 0-1 as the Bears come away with another steal, and that was going to fall. Credit to Sugarman coming away with the steal, reading and stealing, getting the hands of the passing lane right there. So now Kenny bringing the ball up, applied right now hard by Cabrera, able to swing this over to guard number 5, Sergo. Sergo now swings it over to number 1, Orega. Orega's able to get his loose ball, gets it over to Robert Carter. Robert Carter able to swipe through and get a shot attempt up at the goal, but was fouled in the process of doing that, so he's got to earn his free throws here. Throw is off the back of the rim, no good. Substitution now for the Bulldogs, number 10, Isaac Brown. And number 4, Kenny comes back into the game for the Bulldogs. As Robert Carter gets the second one to go, so he's 1 from 2 from the free throw line. So Cabrera bring this one up the court quickly now. He's passed it over to Miller at the right ring and swings it over to Cabrera. Cabrera swings it over back to Miller. Miller's going to swing this back and get another 3-point attempt. Hits the back of the rim, no good. A fight for the ball is going to be retain possession to the Bears. I'm going to say it was last touched by a Bulldog. So right now the Bulldogs showing in a 2-3 zone right now. Is able to get this in was Cabrera to number 3 Miller. So now Bears showing a 5 out wide right now. It's going to force the Bulldogs like they're going to man up more here. Loose ball, and Robert Carter's going to come away with the steal. Got a chance. The one-on-one going to be blocked by Sugarman. Another attempt for the rebound as Sergo had a chance to put the missed opportunity, but Bears come away with it, and this was going to be a missed 3 by Demi. So the Bears come away with another offensive rebound, a missed air ball attempt by Miller, but another offensive rebound for the Bears, and they come away with it. And that's Shelby. He's going to get the and one. Here the Waller faithful trying to see why there wasn't a goal attending right there, as Sugarman was able to pin that one off the glass right there on Robert Carter's layup attempt. Now the no 3-point play is unsuccessful, so 29-7 is our score. Bridgeland on top of Waller. Brown is going to swing this over to Kenny. Kenny's now going to swing this back up to the top of the key, trying to set up the offense here. Now Brown has it spun around, trying to swing this over to the right. Was double team, just going to throw up a quick shot. It's no good. So now the Bears pushing it, has numbers. Going to be off the foot of Cabrera. It's going to be a substitution now for the Bulldogs. Number 3, Jeremiah Serrera is going to come in for number 5, Caden Shergill. 6 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the second quarter. 29-7 is our score. It's going to be a bad pass, and Bears come away with another turnover, and Shelby's going to put it in to extend the lead now 31-7. Ball now is in the hands of Isaac Brown. Isaac Brown's going to swing this over to David Brown III. David Brown's going to bring this up the court, now past half court. Now it's going to swing this over to Brown in the corner. Brown's going to throw up a 3, and that's going to be no good. Robert Carter fights and comes away with the rebound, throws up a shot, and that's going to fall. 31-9 is our score now. Bulldogs showing up there in man right now. Cabrera was able to bring up the ball, being guarded by Kenny, and that was going to be no good. Kenny comes away with the rebound. Now Kenny's pushing the ball. And we're going to swing this over to the corner to Serrera. Cabrera was able to pump fake, throws up a mid-range. That's going to be no good. Tipped around, but finally in possession by the Bears. Now it's going to be Miller bringing the ball, swing this over to Cabrera. Cabrera thought about penetrating, kick this out back to Miller. Miller makes a jump throw, cross court to number 13, Lawrence, and that's going to be no good on the three-point attempt. So now the Bulldogs have this one. Don't really have numbers, and that's what's going to be ripped by Shelby Miller, but came with it was Carter, able to throw it away to, tried to throw it away to a fellow teammate, but once again, Sugarman able to read the passing lane, come away with another steal. 33-9 is our score. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Another ball is going to be tipped by Bears defense, but going to be in the possession of the Bulldogs still, so they're going to take this out on the side. So now Kenny has this in the backcourt. Now passes, tried to go behind the back looking for the foul, but no call. Shelby looking to dunk. This one's going to be up and no good. Now Carter fighting for the ball and comes away with the rebound. Kenny now has it. The head coach of Bulldogs for the Bulldogs is Quinn Morgan's going to make some substitution as Serrera trying to make a layup attempt, but there was no call. Thought he got fouled right there. He's making his way to the free throw line. So the guards are going to come out for Bulldogs. 3:56 to go here in the second. There's another steal by number 1, Cade Sugarman. Sugarman's going to be able to dunk this down to extend the lead 35-9. Jordan Sturdivant now swings over to the corners. Stansel spins, throws up an air ball, and that's going to be in the possession of the Bears. Now Sugarman throws it out to Cabrera. Cabrera swings out to Sugarman. Had a bad pass, able to swing it out back to the corner. Makes his way back to Cabrera. Cabrera was able to switch to Sugarman and made his way to inside the middle of the defense. He's got a foul call on a loose ball right there. So foul goes to number 1, Malik Orega. So number 4 for the Bulldogs, Robert Keeney's going to come back out on the court. He's going to be subbing in for David Brown the third. The 5 out on the court right now for the Bridgeland Bears. Number 5, Rogers. Number 14, Price. Number 2, Rollins. Number 21, Hillman. And number 12, Mueller. Kenny now has it being guarded now by Rollins. Able to get into the teeth of the defense, but hits off his foot. Loses possession of it, but able to get it. Tried to find an open Bulldog, but hit off the hands of the Bears and retains possession. Bulldogs. 3:07 to go here in the second quarter. Another steal by the Bears. That's going to be a layup attempt, and it's going to fall for Jason Mueller, the senior. 37-9 is our score. The clock. It's going to say Landers looking for the foul. Got pushed right there. Clock is not rolling right now. The clock should be rolling. A whole 30 seconds, 45 seconds roll off the clock. So 37-9 is our score. Now the clock rolling is 3:07 remaining here in the second quarter. Rollins swings this over to Mueller. Mueller swings it back over to Rollins. Rollins able to penetrate. The defense gets up, and the layup's going to fall. So 39-9 is our score. Quickly here, the Bears up by 30 in the first half. Robert Kinney being guarded by Rollins. Turns his back now, being face guarded by him. Swings this over to Landers. Landers throws up a mid-range, going to be off the glass and set. The bank is open. 39-11 now is our score. Robert guarding Rogers. Rogers throws up a layup attempt, but he's going to say he traveled in the process of doing that. So the clock going to stop at 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Bears sagging off on that initial full court press right now. Robert Kinney able to swing this over to Stansel. Stansel swings this over to Landers. Landers throws up a three-point attempt, and that's no good. There was a fight for the ball, but now the Bears retain possession. Rollins throws up a mid-range, but it's blocked by Landers. Landers now trying to push the tempo. Doesn't have numbers. Going to pick up his dribble. Going to throw up a shot attempt at the goal, but they're saying it was down on the floor. We're going to say foul's going to go to number 5, Dylan Rogers, the junior. So 1:52 to go here in the second quarter. Bulldogs get a substitution. Caden Shergill's going to come in for number 20, Jordan Sturdivant. So now Shergill throws a lackadaisical pass right into Kenny, tipped but able to retain possession for Kenny. But Kenny's pass right there is broken up in the passing lane. That's number 14, Dylan Price, the junior, coming away with the easy dunk. 41-11 is our score. Robert Kinney now trying to set up the offense. Swing this over to Landers in the right wing. Landers pump fakes, step through, swings over to guard number 5, Shergill. Shergill tried to kick this out to Robert Kinney in the corner, but that pass gets deflected. So the clock's going to stop at 1 minute and 20 seconds. Shergill gets it in to Stansel. Stansel driving, no good at the layup attempt, but we have a jump ball possession. And it's going to be possession going to the Bears. The Waller Bulldogs looking for the foul call right there, but there's no call. So Bears now have it 1 minute and 10 seconds to go here in the first half. The Bears up by 30, 41-11 to go is our score. Rogers now have this one, throws up a mid-range, and that one's going to fall. Now Kenny has this one for the Bulldogs. This is past half court, they're behind his back, being guarded tightly by Rollins. Spin moves, trying to look for an open teammate, and then gets into the hands of Shergill. There's a fight for the basketball, and the Bears end up coming away with another easy 2 points right there. 45-11 is our score now. Stansel trying to drive and penetrate, steps through, tried to avoid the block. Tried to avoid the charge, right there. And to say the shot attempt was no good and out of bounds. And possession arrows going to say it's going to the Bears right there. So the Bears breaking the ball up the court right now, and that is Rogers. Let me see if they're going to try and take the last shot here. You got 10 seconds to go here. Rollins now headed at the top of the key, being guarded tightly by the Bulldogs. Now Rogers has this one. He's going to throw up a mid-range. Up and it's going to be no good. So Landers trying to get a quick shot at it. It's going to run out of time. So that will conclude the first half of play, where the Bulldogs trail the Bridgeland Bears by a score of 45-11 here in Waller, Texas. We'll take a quick break. We'll keep it right where we got it. We'll remind you that today's game is being sponsored by the Temple of Refuge Ministries located in Prairie View, Texas, building the kingdom one soul at a time. A proud partner with the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. About 15 seconds till we conclude this halftime. The Bulldogs are facing an early deficit right now to the Bridgeland Bears, trailing by a score of 45-11. The Bulldogs had roughly about 15 turnovers in that first half. Weren't able to get many shot attempts. Had a lot of pressure applied by the Bears. Be the reason of that. Bulldogs just now making their way out of the tunnel. We'll say of the locker room. Didn't get a chance to warm up the legs, so he's gonna jump straight into action. The Bulldogs will have possession going from right to left. Excuse me, left to right. Brown has it now, gets this one past half court, trying to set up the offense. Swings it over to the left side in the possession of Brown. Brown throws up a mid-range, and that's no good. Rebound by Sugarman. Sugarman now is going to dish this out to Cabrera. Cabrera now walking this up, slowing it down, swings it over to the right. Sugarman now dribbling, goes behind the back, swings it up to Millers. Miller's able to kick this out to Shelby. And Shelby's able to hit the wide open mid-range, get our first bucket here to go down for the Bears in the second half, third quarter. 47-11 is our score. Brown dribbling, penetrating, and is able to get the layup to fall. Able to return favors here. So now the Bears were pushing the momentum quickly as Cabrera was able to distance down to Shelby. Able to throw a fadeaway mid-range up, but hits the back of the rim and rebounded by the Bulldogs. So now Brown dribbling to the right, throws up a layup until it looked like it got blocked, but it's going to say he got hit with the body right there. So Brown will go to the free throw line to shoot two. That free throw is up and good. So 13-47 is our score. Brown gets that one to rattle in. 15-47 is our score. Cabrera quickly gets this one past half court, being guarded by Brown. Now swings it over to Sugarman. Sugarman walking it up to the three-point line, and this is going to be an air ball attempt by Cabrera. Brown trying to hit the open man, has Landers, tips up, now able to throw possession over, tipped by the Bears, but Brown now comes away with this, swings over to Landers. Landers able to hit the cutting man to the basket, and that's number 22. George the Bayou able to get the layup to go down, so Bears lead now is 30-47-17 is our score. Sugarman has it in the corner, now kicks it out to Cabrera. Cabrera gets into the middle of the defense, now kicks back out, kicks it up to number 3, Miller, and Miller's going to throw this one out of bounds. Miller thought he had a shot attempt, but then it was indecisive and wanted to throw it out of bounds. So the Bulldogs come away with the possession here. Brown inbounded. David Brown III inbounded. Handed it to Brown, and Brown gave it back to him. Landis now has this one. Penetrated, throws up a mid-range, going to bounce around. Now is in the possession of the Bulldogs. Going to say number 22, George Bayou, came away with the loose ball, and then on his way up, got fouled. So he'll make his way to the free throw line, shooting two. Lefty gets that one to go down. So Massive substitution for the Bears. A whole new 5. Demi, Rollins, Rogers, Hillman, and Price are on the court for the Bears. Lefty gets that one, switches through, so he goes 2 for 2. Now, Bears trying to set up the offense. Rogers swings up to the left, has a 3-point attempt. Short, rebounded by Carter. Carter now, hand is out to the point guard right now, and that's David Brown III. Trying to swing this out to Isaac Brown, tipped around, loose ball, and then it's going to be in the favor of the Bears. A 3-point attempt from the lefty Rollins, and that goes down. 50-19 is our score here. David Brown gets a pass to Robert Carter, and Robert Carter's going to be fouled on his way to the... So he got fouled trying to throw up a shot attempt right there. So Robert Carter's going to go to the line to shoot 2. The clock's going to stop at 5 minutes and 6 seconds. Free throw hits the back rim and doesn't fall. Carter gets a couple of spins at the ball, and that's going to switch through. So 50-20 is our score here. Bears pushing it quickly now here, gets into the corner. Now Price swings it back to Rogers. Rogers at the top of the key, being guarded by Brown, number 10. Bulldogs are more in the 2-3 zone right now, but not letting. Now the Bulldogs able to come away with the steal from that zone. Number 22, George Bayou, is going to just throw up a shot attempt, but that comes no good. And now the Bulldogs 3-point attempt by number 2, David Brown III, comes a little short. Now the Bears have this one, and they get a 3-point attempt of their own. This one's going to fall down to extend their lead. Now 53-20 is our score. Bridgeland Bears on top of the Wall of Bulldogs. 4 minutes and 24 seconds to go here in the third quarter. To remind our listeners that you can visit our 24-hour stream at obnradio.com to catch any rebroadcasts and games and special programs. You can join the Temple of Refuge Ministries Bible studies and sermons every Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time by dialing 857-777-4411. That's Bulldogs. Quentin Morgan had to force take a time out there. But I'm going to say that timeout was being taken out by the Bears, so 4 timeouts for the Bulldogs, 4 timeouts for the Bears left remaining in this game. On the floor for the Bulldogs, number 2, David Brown III, number 10, Isaac Brown, number 14, Carter now sets the screen for Brown, trying to get this one to Landers, and he's able to get the touch pass, and Landers able to find control to find enough space to get that one to fall through. 22-53 is our score. Rogers swings over to Rollins. Rollins makes a cross-court pass, and they're going to say Rogers walked with this one. And that bounder, Isaac Brown, gets this one to David Brown III. Swing this is over to George Bayou. Trying to look for the open cutter. Now swings it out to Landers at the left key. Landers going to get the ball stolen from him, and the Bears come away with another turnover. And it's going to be Remy. That one's going to fall with the easy layup. Fast break points for the Bears. And this one's going to be Robert Carter able to spin out of that one, but it's going to be met at the rim, and that was going to be blocked by number 14, Price, and this was going to fall out of bounds and retain possession to the Bears. Rogers swings it over to the right side. Rollins penetrating, swinging it back over to Rogers. Rogers kicks it over to the open man in the corner in the 3, and that was going to fall for the Bridgeland Bears. 58-22 is our score. Bears now sagging off on that full court press with the lead that they have. Brown looking for the open teammate, and it's going to be passed to number 10, Isaac Brown. He missed the mid-range attempt, but able to fight for the loose ball was George DeVayu to get that one to fall. So 24-58 is our score. Rollins has his in the corner for the Bears. The ball batted down by Carter for the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs come away with the turnover, and that is David Brown makes a jump pass. The lefty, DeVayu, throws a three-point attempt at it, but it's going to hit the back rim possession for the Bears. Pushing is now Rogers. He had the ball hit from behind by Brown, the third, but this one comes in possession of the Bears, able to find the open Bear for the three-point attempt by Price, and that was good to go down. So 61-24 is our score. Landers now has a three-point attempt down. That was going to be off the front rim. No good. Possession for the rebounded by the Bears. Penetrating is Rogers. Step through, and it's going to be no good. Got fouled with the body. Waller faithful few saying it's all ball. Didn't see much of a foul there. Rogers will have a chance to earn his points from the free throw line. One minute and 50 seconds to go here in the third quarter. The first free throw attempt is down and good for Rogers, as it's going to be a massive substitution now for the Bears. Number 12, Jason Mueller. Number 0, Sergio Cabrera. Number 4, Shelby Miller will make their way back out on the court. Number 13, Owen Lawrence is waiting to sub into the game as Rogers gets the free throw to fall down. So the lead now is 63-24. Bridgeland Bears on top of the Waller Bulldogs. And for the Bulldogs, number 4, Robert Kinney. Number 14, Robert Carter. Number 22, George DeVayu, who has this one at the left side, able to spin this one through, looking for the foul call. Nevertheless, gets it to fall. 26-63 is our score. Cabrera has it at the top of the key, swings it up to the left. No kick ball call right there. So now Bulldogs able to have this one. Kenny has this one now, passing half court. Right side, steps through. He's going to say he got hit, but there's a no call. He's going to say that's just a frustration foul call right there. Didn't see much from Robert on his end right there, but just heard a lot of slapping, and it's going to be deemed with the foul right there. So Bulldogs showing the 2-3 zone right now. Cabrera has this one, steps through. Looked like he took 3 steps right there. Nice move initially, but took another step right there. So the turnover goes to Bears. So the Bulldogs will have possession here. The clock's going to stop at 53 seconds. A substitution comes in now, number 3. Braden Miller comes in for number 14, Dylan Price. So Robert Kinney calling the play out for the Bulldogs. Swings it over to Sergel. Swing it over to Brown, and Brown was trying to put the ball on the court and got kicked around. And coming down here on the baseline, and they're going to say it's going to retain possession. Last touch by a Bridgeland Bear. So now the Bulldogs taking this out down at the bottom, underneath their own basket. Stancil gets a nice spin around jumper to fall through for the Bulldogs. 28-63 is our score. Bridgeland Bears on top. Bridgeland Bears showing an indication they're going to take this one and hold it for the last shot. 16 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Cabrera swung it over to the left side, got swung back to him. Now he's going to swing it over to the right. Looks like the Bears are trying to set it up for the man in the corner, but Cabrera was able to split the defense, get a Bulldog to jump, hit his open teammate right there on the step through to get the layup to fall through and absorb the contact. So you have a chance to add to make this a 3-point play. And that is number 4. Shelby gets the layup to fall. So Carter Roberts going to get a last attempt at it, and that was going to fall. Heaved a half-court shot, and Robert Kinney's able to get it to fall. So that's about the special moment you can take away from this game right now. Hopefully you can give the Bulldogs some kind of energy to go into the start of this fourth quarter. Right now they got a big deficit, trailing the Bridgeland Bears by a score of 66-31. Take a quick break. Keep it right where you got it. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We can start up the fourth quarter here. Boys basketball matchup between the Bridgeland Bears and the Waller Bulldogs. Bulldogs are the home team. Bridgeland Bears were the visiting team here. Bulldogs wearing the white uniforms, lined up in the 2-3 zone right now. Kicks it out to the Bridgeland Bears. Sugarman now has this one. Trying to find an open shot, and this is going to be a shot attempt by Lawrence. That's going to be no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs trying to force this one, trying to push the tempo. Cross-court pass and be retained by Kenny. So Kenny now trying to set up the offense. Swings it over to the right. George, the Bayou, trying to look. Now swings over to Brown. Brown had his cookies ripped right there. Forced him to pick up his dribble. Now swings it over to Stansel. Stansel trying to body down. Swings it over now to Brown. Brown's going to swing it over to his brother Brown the third, and it's going to be a shot attempt that's going to be an air ball. Possession Bears. Now Sugarman is going to slow the tempo down, swing this up. Top of the key, Braylon Miller now. An open corner shot from Cabrera, and that was going to fall. 69-31 is our score. Kenny swinging this over to George. George trying to dribble, penetrate, gets this one to bounce at the back of the rim, but takes a favorable bounce and falls through the netting. 33-69 is our score. George now guarding Sugarman tightly in this 2-3 zone that's extended for the Bulldogs. 6:22 will go here in the fourth quarter. Sugarman's going to take a long three-point attempt that's going to bounce, but it's going to be in the possession back again for the Bears. Sugarman pushes the defense, able to spin through and kick it off to the open teammate number 4, Joshua Shelby, the junior. So 71-33 is our score. Brown picks up his dribble kind of high right there as Stansel tried to kick this out to George. George dribbling through, not looking for the contact. There's going to be a fight for the ball. I'm going to say before the ball went out of bounds, last touch by David Brown the third. Going to say went out of bounds, last touch by the Bears. So some substitutions coming in for both teams out on the court right now for the Bulldogs. Number 21, Landers. Number 10, Isaac Brown. Number 14, Robert Carter. Number 2, David Brown III. And number 22, George Bayou. Bayou has it. Got it past half court. Now swings it over to David Brown III. Swings it over to Isaac Brown. Isaac Brown's mid-range attempt is no good. And this is going to be a fast break, easy points. Able to get the ball up court to the open sneaky defender that got loose was Joshua Shelby. So 73-33 is our score here in the fourth quarter. Brown trying to penetrate, throws up a shot attempt at the goal, tipped around. Going to be last touch by a Bulldog. So the clock's going to stop at 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Eckerson gets this one inbounded to Cabrera. Cabrera Dribbling over to the right side, now passes over to Miller. Miller between the legs, makes a jump court pass to Sugarman. Sugarman dishes down to Shelby. Shelby able to absorb the contact and get the layup to fall through. 75-33 is our score. Brown bringing the ball up the left side of the court, now trying to make his way into the soft zone of the defense. Ball's swatted down, but now it's going to be a loose ball and retain the possession for the Bears. That turnover go over to Brown, so Shelby pump fake, able to dish one off to Robert. Dish one back, tried to do a little give and go. Shelby and Miller right there, but ball got tipped by Carter. In the process of that, to defeat all that, it's going to say last touch by the Bulldogs, so the Bears will remain possession. Clock's going to stop at 4 minutes and 27 seconds. Miller inbounds it and now inbounds it to Cabrera. Cabrera walking this now, swings it out to Sugarman. Sugarman swings it back to Cabrera. Cabrera stepping through is going to get a layup attempt, but over the rim and rebounded. Once again, offensive rebound. Shelby Miller, he's able to fall through and get that one to go through to extend the lead 77-33. As that time, 21, Braden Landry was able to get past the defense. Had an open shot attempt at the rim, but that one was a little bit too hard and wasn't able to fall down. But Robert Carter was able to come away with the rebound and got fouled, so you go to the free throw line. Free throw is up and it is good. Massive substitution now for the Bears. Number 5, Rogers comes in. Number 12, Jason Mueller. Number 2, Carter Rawlings. Robert Carter trying to focus in here on his second shot attempt from the free throw line. He's down and it's good. So 77-35 is our score. Rogers brings the ball up for the Bears. Bulldogs showing in the 2-3 zone. Now Rawlings swings it over to the open man in the corner, pump fakes in, now swings it back to Rawlings. Rawlings swings it over to Rogers. Rogers shoots into the middle of the defense, swings it back out to a three-point attempt from Rawlings. Air ball, rebound by Bulldogs, but swiped away by Miller, and he's going to be fouled in the process of that. So he'll have a chance to extend this into a three-point play here. I'm going to say that foul is going to go to number 21, Braden Landers. Landers came into today's game, the freshman, their leading scorer, having trouble trying to get anything open in this game as a whole for the Bulldogs. 79-35 is our score as the free throw attempt was no good. A three-point attempt by Isaac Brown is up and no good. Rebounded by the Bears. Quickly pushes this one is Rawlings. Kicks it out to number 12, Mueller, for a three-point attempt from deep. That's going to say it's no good as this one ends up hitting the wiring after it bounced so high. So possession will go to the Bulldogs. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, the score 79-35 is our chance here for the Bears to extend it here, but now that one gets blocked. But they're going to say goaltending. Thought David Brown III got there clean, but they're going to say Rogers' layup hit the backboard before David Brown III got there. So 81-35 is our score. Landers now gets a quick shot, attempt at the three, and George DeBayou comes away with the rebound as now there is a stop on the whistle. Say a foul call go to Robert Carter. So 81-35 is our score here in the fourth quarter. The Bridgeland came in wearing the gray uniforms, trimmed in the orange outline for the numbers and the lettering. So we're going to get this one into the teeth of the defense, as this is going to be a missed shot attempt by the big man Eric Eckerson. That's Brady Eckerson, and now is in the possession of the Bulldogs. And this one, now Carter kicks it out to Landis. Landis' three-point attempt doesn't fall right there. Rebounded by The Bears senior guard Miller kicks us out to the corner for an open three from Mueller, and that one's going to be no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. 2 minutes and 7 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter, as Ike Brown's three-point attempt is able to fall down. So 81-38 is our score. 1 minute and 54 seconds to go here. Rogers is walking this one up the court, taking his time for the Bears. Now swings it over to the right side of Rawlings. Rawlings bounce passes over to Rogers. Rogers pump fakes, going to throw a three-point attempt. Rebounded by Brady Eckerson. Say this one got hit out of his hands on his way down to the court. So it's going to be retained possession to the Bears. So the Bears get a huge substitution in. So 13, Owen Lawrence. Number 1, Slade Sugarman. And number 21, Michael Hillman come in. Now Lawrence swings it over to Sugarman. Sugarman with the unorthodox three-point attempt. No good right there. Landers now have this one, driving and penetrating, gets the layup to fall. 81-40 is our score. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go here in the first matchup between the Bridgeland Bears and the Waller Bulldogs. Bears lost their first home opener. Their first district game to Cy Falls, 62-57, as Landis gets this one to fall down, to cut down into the lead to Bulldogs. Landis gets that one and falls in and out. So 40 seconds, the Bulldogs are going to fall to 6-11 and 0-2 in conference play, as their next matchup will be against the Lango Creek Lobos next Saturday, as this one is a shot attempt no good by Landers, but able to follow up on the touch behind him was Robert Carter. 12 seconds to go here in fourth quarter, and they're just going to hold this one out for the last shot, as Bridgeland's Bears are able to come in on the road here to defeat the Waller Bulldogs by a score of 81-44. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast between the Waller Bulldogs and the Bridgeland Bears. Again, the Bears were able to come out to a quick hot start in that first quarter and didn't look back, as they would walk away victorious here in this basketball matchup. I am Philip Prince. I'd like to thank you for tuning in today's broadcast. Until then, be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.